nations throughout the whole world will come to Nigeria and ask, how come you are not the most righteous nation now in the whole world? That was Pa Elton lived here in Nigeria for years. God said to him, Nigeria is going to be the #1 corrupt country in the whole world. But the time is coming that Nigerians will change. And they will move in righteousness. And it's not talking about Christians. The word righteous is not a Christian word. It's a legal word. When you are right, you are righteous. When you are unright, you are unrighteous. It has nothing to do with church. I hope you know what I'm saying now. So, I am giving you this to know that the eyes and the ears of God is upon this nation. By the way, Christians didn't create Nigeria. Muslims didn't create Nigeria. There's no religion that created Nigeria. Don't take Nigeria from the owner. Don't take Nigeria from the owner. Don't convert it to your own self-interest. God owns Nigeria, has Nigeria, and Nigeria belongs to him. It doesn't matter what you people want to do. He will have his own country. He will have it. And so I want every one of you to know things literally never change, or things never happen unless someone take responsibility. Definitely we might not finish all, but I just want to give you where it is. I have my timing. Things never happen. Like Nee said yesterday, and from the recap we have heard today, brilliant recapping, and why we are all here today. Things never happen unless someone takes responsibility. Even if we say no to the present government, you are saying no with your verbal words will never change the thing. It won't change it. People that change nations, organizations, and society, the first thing is that they are angry people. Let me tell you this. Anger is a virtue, but not the one Nigerians are displaying. Your own is evil. Our anger in this nation is evil. You know, you sit down and you hate the government and you're doing nothing. You can't. Angry people change nations, change organizations, change families, change environments. William Wilberforce, because I will also let you know that all of you that are thinking religion will change this country, you are lying. No nation, anywhere, you can go and do your research and do your findings. There is never any nation anywhere that was changed by a religious person. It's the principles that people operate that change nations. No religion has ever developed any country. After all, Nigeria has the highest, the greatest population. We talk about Africa, but look at what we are in this country. Look at what we are doing. If today I can look at a human being just because he's a Muslim and shoot him I am insane. That's what I want us to understand. It's barbaric. No religion anywhere promotes things like this, except in Nigeria. And so Nigeria today, people are angry not against systems. People are angry against religion. Incidentally, we have swallowed all the religions. We have two hippos in this country. The Christian religion and then the Islamic religion. These are, all other religions have died under these two. They are irrelevant. They cannot even do meeting anywhere because we have swallowed them. They don't have any place to worship. That's all. If they give you a form to fill and you come to the place of religion, you will not hear, I'm a Buddhist or I am a Confucianist or I am, you will not see that. It's either Islam or Christianity or that's all. And I want you to understand. So, angry people change nations. Angry people change. You're going to find out what do. They bring life to any. They don't bring death. They bring life. If you take them to education, they bring life, respect, and honor to education. If you take them to economics, they bring life. Why? Because they are angry against you getting things that you don't worth it. You don't deserve it. The meritology we are talking about today, nobody gets reward because he merit it. There's one uncle, there's one auntie, there's one superpower, somebody there who nominated and say, give this person this. He's my brother, he's my cousin, he's my niece, my nephew. And that is what it is. So when it comes to achievement and people being rewarded legitimately, we have a problem. They bring life. I wanted to know these people are involved to doing what they want change and or they want to see change. If I am going to be very straight with us, which I know you know very well, is that most of us that are here today, you are constant in your thinking about you than being constant about thinking about this country. Every of your thoughts is actually about yourself, about your family, but not about this country. Very few people think outside their problems. And when you have such kind of thinking, you can't do anything for this country. You will not do it. So we need to understand nothing, because if you are going to change, it must not be about you. It must be about something bigger than your life. Have you been amazed sitting down in your own house looking at who you are from the brutal fact of where you are right now, financially, socially, relationally, whatever it is? Have you ever looked at yourself and asked, can I change this country? And when you ask that question, what comes to your mind? You feel inadequate. You feel not enough. You feel not having the resources. You are not known. How can you become the person that will change this country? That thinking is what has kept every one of us here. But the day you begin to look at yourself and say, no matter what's going to happen, I am. After all, every evil in an environment was started by one person. Every evil, whatever kind of evil you are seeing, was started by one person. So if you are just one, you are enough for something to happen to us. You must do something that favors everybody. In fact, that is the challenge we're having now. Everybody does not have this holistic picture, which is the big picture. People do things that will favor them. And that is why the parties in Nigeria, you know, it is popularly, now I know you have been saying it, let me just announce and repeat it on a louder form. People believe APC is an Islamic party. Generally, plus minus. Then people also believe that PDP is a Christian party. All of us are wrong, but you see the activities are going that way. Now I'm telling you this, that you don't do things to your favor. Every one of you seated here, with all my strength, I can tell you, you were never born for yourself. And until you understand this, you will never be a person who sacrificed. Your being born was not for you. God never gave birth to you to be you. He has all of us here in mind when he gave birth to you. And he knows that if you live with that consciousness, you will be a blessing to us, not to you. So we have come to a place, and I want to say this: God, and I mean it, will never show up anywhere for you if what you are doing is for you. He will not show up. He will not show up. Wilberforce is not and was not an African. When he took up and he said no to slavery, it took almost 40 years to fight one cause. That's why deeply appreciated what happened yesterday. That even though they are thinking, okay, the NSAS has ended, the spirit is alive. So the spirit must continue. And spirits, obviously, they don't die. They don't die. If you die, they jump out and catch somebody. So they don't die. Now, I want you to understand, he lived for that. The slaves that were taken from Africa, they were not only Christians, they were all kinds of people who practiced any kind of religion. But one man stood and said, no, we are not going to allow this to continue. He went into politics, became a parliamentary, lived in there, and began to force himself and say no. He built a company of group called the Clapham family. They will meet meetings and meetings and meetings for one thing: slavery must come to an end. At a time he came to, and he was completely a person who had health challenge throughout his life. It is recorded in his own story that William Wilberforce has never been well 1 week complete, 7 days. Never. As he is walking, he will just, something will happen, he will crunch, and then will fall. They will carry him to hospital. But they kept doing meetings. And he came to a point and he said, I'm not going to be until this is done. And it happened. He fought for. Why was it that Martin Luther King Jr., as a reverend doctor in a Baptist church, why should he resign to fight racism? If reverends can change countries, why did he resign? So it's to tell you that you can't do it. He has to resign and pick up the leadership. And he died. Literally died. And today he has one day in America to be recognized. While we are running into the church to cause confusion, meaningful people are resigning to build nations. You have to begin to think. You are too selfish to be used. You are too biased. If we change, for example, if we change all the people in Nigeria to become Christians, what is it that they are doing, Christians, now that you see and you actually like? Huh? What is it that Christians are doing that you see that you like? So that if we all convert to become Christians, this country will be nice. What is it? Or if we change all of us to become Muslims, what is it that they are doing that you like? Nothing. This is leadership. So I wanted to understand that. I grew up in a very small village that I knew how many Muslims sponsored Lunguda boys and to go to school because their parents couldn't afford it. One, they didn't even know the need for education. But Muslim neighbors paid school fees, sent Christian boys. And I'm asking, where is that spirit in the present Muslims? We have had Muslims every Sunday. They will come to our homes. They will wait for us until we are back from service, but they will eat everything in the house. We have gone to church. They will come. They will have our keys. They will go to our rooms. They will stay there. They will eat everything. A mother will see a Christian friend to her own son and say, your friend has gone to church. Go inside and wait for him. And she will serve that person. And now look at all of you, in the name of what? What happened to us? Something went wrong, really. And we want to see how we are going to solve these issues. You cannot help people that you have not shared their hardship. You cannot. You cannot. Check. You can't be involved in anything if you have not had the experiences those people had. It's one big thing that, like he said here, we are not party people here. But you see, there's no way we can talk without making examples and references. For now, if you look at, are we going to really read that when Tinubu was growing up, what did he suffer? At his age, he saw a problem when he was a boy. Those problems are still around now that he is old, even though he's young. Atiku has never in any way suffered in his life. What will he do? Remember, get my word clear. That you cannot help people that you have not. When you read, all of us, whether it's the Quran or it's the Bible, whatever, people know Moses. Is that right? Yeah. Moses was born in Egypt, grew up in the palace, never knew suffering. Never. One day he did something and they moved him out, trying to kill him. So he ran. And he suffered 40 years taking care of animals in the bush. And then it says when he was of age, he refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He sacrificed palace to build a people. What are you sacrificing? He said, I will rather suffer with my people than to be in the palace. That is, people left palace. You are looking for palace. That is the difference we're having. I rather die with my people than to have all of this. So national transformation is about reaching out to a particular group and helping them out to move out to the next level. Even you, like the last of the things that Niyi gave us yesterday, in all those things, there is a vision he has for himself and his family. Is that right? And the country. That is what? Personal vision for this country. Do you have one? I have asked pastors, all these great churches we have in Nigeria, none of them has a vision for this country. The biggest mosque and center of worship in Kaduna State is on Wanserki. If you go there and you ask the chief imam, what vision do they have for this country? Are they going to tell you? You know why? Most of the visions, they are coming from outside this country. I know what I'm telling you. I have sat with all of them. These imams, I have sat with all of them 2 years ago. And I asked, what is your vision for Kaduna State? That was the first and the last meeting. It was called by Sheikh Husani. Yes. What? Because now anytime they call pastors, you see our dressing look like it's intimidating the country. If you call all the imams to come, their dressing is intimidating us. Funny enough, we sit looking at ourselves and say, my religion preaches peace and preaches love. And I'm saying, really? Yes. No, I say you are lying. These two religions, one of them is a liar. And I don't know which one. You can't say we are preaching peace. You are preaching peace. I am preaching love. You are preaching love. And we are killing people in that same religion that is love and peace. Is either both of them are liars or one of them is lying? How can somebody test of your goodness if you kill? So we have fruit functionality leadership. That most of us, if we have very nice Julie mango, very nice one, right on top, you will do anything to cut it down. Once it comes down, you leave the tree. You concentrate. You're going to wash that mango. You're going to take knife and slice it. And you first start eating the flesh before you get to the seed. A good human being must produce fruit that others will eat before they get to the seed you were made of. But most of us look like cashew fruit. The fruit is this way, the seed is like this. And that's how people see you. When they see you, you're already aggressive. They know, this seed cannot hurt. No. You fight everybody. No. God knows what he's doing. He took the seed and buried it inside. Can people see your goodness first? Anywhere. That is what builds. You can't change me by force. You know, there are two kinds of change, actually. There is a forced change, and there is a proactive change. A forced change is what we're doing in this country. Forcing people to change. If you bring gun and you set it on me, on my chest, and you say, deny Jesus, I can tell you I don't know him. And God knows that I have never changed from inside. It is the gun. I have not changed from inside. You know, change is not artificial. It's not outward. Change is a decision made consciously. deliberately, intentionally. Huh? You can convert as many as you want. All you have is people that are there, but their heart is not there. They are not there. I'm telling you, you are wasting your time. It doesn't work that way. Are you with me? Okay, let me jump. There are things I'm going to be giving us, and then we have to. I want us to look at burden. If you are a citizen in this country, everything that is happening now, you are the reason why. Everything. Everything. If you are a citizen of this country, whatever is happening, good or bad, you are the reason. You know, now you must take responsibility for making a bad country, or else you won't change. The blame game in this country is too much. The blame game. After all, if you study all leadership, you're going to find that in all leadership, the worst leadership ever created by human is democracy. I'm telling you. And that is what we decided to use in this country. You know, there's kingdom. Kingdom is very holy. Democracy can never. You don't. I mean what I'm telling you. This is why I said that religious people can never change a nation. Or politicians can never change a nation. And democracy as a government of its own can never change. Why? Because we were given the definition now. Is government of what? By, for, who established that one? If your head is not working and you set a government, the government will not work. The government will not work. But that is what we are saying. If democracy is government by the people, who are the people setting how to rule it, how to govern it? The people. If they are not right, they cannot set a right system. So it is not politics, it's not democracy. It is the mind of the people that set it. That is why a constitution reflects the brain of those who wrote it. And all of you know very well that all the constitution of this country, Nigeria, hallelujah. Are we here now? The constitution of this country was written by lawyers. And there are 9. How can 9 people represent? 9. All of them lawyers. That's why everything you read like this. They say, if you don't agree with this one, go to court. If you don't agree with it, don't settle in court. If you don't agree with it, that's what they did. They are not representing us. It's a rubbish constitution. And the things inside, you're going to find out those ones. We are suffering from it. There is nothing you're going to amend there. Nothing. If you're going to, you will take 90% out. It's not working. So a revolution is defined as taking an existing system that is not working, that is archaic, and throwing it away and bringing in a system that works. So Nigeria does not need revolution by bloodshed. It needs revolution by mind shifts. You must shift the way you think. Because if you look at what we are going today, we don't have time. I would have given you the statistics of how long it takes to solve a case in court in Nigeria with the department of those crimes. The list is 6 years to solve court case in 6 years. It's not That's why we are a country. People will start a case. The people who are involved in the case, they are dead. The case is still there. What are we to do? I want you to understand proper interpretation of burden. What burden do you have for Nigeria? Most of us, almost everybody here, is a victim of what happened to this country. We are all victims. We don't really know the cause. Is it the Biafran War? Is it the amalgamation, 1912, 1914? What actually brought us to where we are today? And we have not seen the best way to come out of it. The first problem of this country is that Nigeria is a visionless country. There's nowhere to go. That is why everybody who comes up must construct his own way of leadership. There is no national vision. And absolutely recorded in all the books, where there's no vision, people are destroyed. Simple. If you don't know where you are going, you won't arrive. And you will not know where to go. Therefore, you will not put structures together that will help you go to where you are going. Nigeria is like a wilderness. Everybody comes in and says, okay, follow me. So we follow far to the west. Then somebody say, hey, stop. We are not going to go to the west. Turn around. And then we turn around. About turn. We turn to the east. We keep going. When we hit, they say, this is not the way. Can we go to the north? Let's go. If you have, a vision is like a compass that faces north. When you are lost, it will redirect you. It girds, it streamlines, it brings focus, clarity. It makes people know whether we are achieving or we are not. When you don't have a vision, you run a country like Nigeria. Because now you will know. All these points that they are giving us, point 1, point 2. Somebody will come with 16. Somebody will come with 2. It doesn't matter what points they think on ground. It is recorded in the book and it says, ask your elders and they will show you. Ask your fathers and they will tell you. So fathers tell, elders show. So who are the people in this country that are telling us? Our enmity. Enmity is not enmity. Enmity can be reconciled. Enmity, but enmity is irreconcilable hostility. I am looking at how Christians and Muslims will come to settle enmity. Because what is between the two religions is enmity, irreconcilable hostility. It means there will be no day that it will be settled. And it is because it has been handed over. We are playing property. Somebody behind is doing that. All the crisis, 1997, 1998, you follow all of those areas. We had a group of youth that came together in Port Harcourt from all over. And what was it? From basically youth. And it is, let us talk about what is making us not to be good people. And the number one problem was religion. It's religion. And these young men are saying, if we take away these old people, we will love ourselves. So you bring somebody who is a Muslim from Katsina, and you are from where? Enugu, and then your father look at you and say, who is this person? And you say, on your house, what? What is making this? We look like we are, but we are not. A burden can never be created by a human. When you have something troubling you concerning this country, don't read it from the part of lack of economic resources. God is fixing your heart to a place that He wants you to provide a solution. Burdens are God's invitation to provide a solution.